Hello everybody, and welcome to a short and improvised quick watch review here of the new CODE41 Evolution, which is their latest, I would say, sequel to their CODE41 Anomaly 01 most likely. They do have a 02 model. It doesn't feel like it's a sequel to that one, and I guess the 01 is the watch that started it all, so this is the newest version, and there's a lot to talk about. I really like this piece, so yeah, let's just dive right into it. This time they've decided to do two sizes, 38 and 44. 42 actually, and this is the 42. I don't have straps on it. This is a prototype, and the straps they weren't fitting that well. They kept popping off, so I can't really show you on the wrist. But it fits like the Anomaly 01. Actually, just a little bit thinner, about 2 millimeters thinner. But very nice, comfortable fit thanks to those plunging, aggressive lugs. It really fits well on the wrist. So if you check out my Anomaly 01 review, you will notice the fit, and I have a few wrist shots. I'm gonna talk a lot about what the difference is, I think, because finishing-wise, this is the same. Let me just zoom in here for you. So finishing-wise, this watch is equal to the Anomaly 01 and 02, and that means great finishing overall. Compared to the price, at least, there's really nothing to complain about. These edges on the case are sharp but still soft, so you don't have that cheap feel of being too sharp or too dull. You have nice border between the finishes, so the polished and the brushed finish, a nice border you can see on the bezel here. It's a very sharp border, and even these little flanges on the side here, which are really cool, gives it kind of an industrial tech look. Those are also polished inside, very sharp. I love these screws. They've kept the main design of the case, which is the CODE41 look, and I like that. I think they should keep doing that, maybe reinvent another case in the future, but I like that this is... Oh, we have the cops. Anyway, I like that we have this this constant look, this design consistency across all their models. It's really nice. So kudos to that. Any upgrades from previous model? This bezel, I don't know if you can call it an upgrade, but it's a straight line going up. There's no angle to it. On the Anomaly 01 there is. I kind of like that. Gives it a little more sporty, aggressive look. I think if you have a dress watch, you can have that kind of a bezel with an angle that goes down, or perhaps rounded or anything. But a sports watch like this, it gives it kind of more of a stature on the wrist. The crown, the same one with that lovely deep engraved logo, CODE41 logo, which is really a cool logo. Looks good on a crown. That triangular grip pattern that's been engraved doesn't really grip that well, but it looks really good. And this crown, you don't need to grip it that much. You need to manually wind it. It's going to be easy. It's also automatic, of course, so no problem there. It does feel a little more solid when pulling it out. They have stated that they've upgraded that, so kudos to them. But otherwise, it's pretty basic. What do you call it? Anomaly case here. I would say another upgrade is definitely the case back here. Now let's talk a little about this. Sapphire on the back, sapphire on the front. Nice flat crystal, perfectly aligned. And what you can see here is the Sellita SW200-1 Elaborate, which is a great movement. I think a lot of people complained about the Miyota movement in the first one, and they've definitely upgraded that while keeping the price point relatively low. So kudos to that. I think a lot of people will be happy about this. And they do state it to be 7+, 7- in precision. I haven't tested this one. It is a prototype, so I'm not going to do that, but pretty interesting. And as you can see here, it says 10 meters, so 100 meters, 10 ATMs, atmospheres, so 100 meters water resistance, which is really good. I like that. And without a screw down crown, that's just enough. I wouldn't bathe with it, but you can definitely, wear it in the rain. So that's really good. Now let's talk about the dial here. So the dial, like the 01, has a very kind of multi-layered design, but it's not an open heart. And to be honest, I think that's a great idea. I think I really like the open heart in the Anomaly 01, but showcasing a Miyota movement, it's not the prettiest. And I gotta say, they have really good finishing on these dials. It's amazing. And when you then have all this great finishing, and then you showcase you know, maybe a kind of cheaper movement. It's kind of a contrast to it. This, I feel like more people can like this. More people can agree with this design. It's also more legible. But they do have, I mean, as a big change, like they have these loomed markers around here, which I really like. The loom has been upgraded. It's blue. I can't remember if it's a BWG9, but definitely much better loom. The date as well is much easier to read. Big date disc. The print is super crisp. I'd say overall the machining and finishing is really good. Like if you can see here, I'm trying to zoom more in here. Those corners, right? They have like a sharp angle to them. Not the sharpest, but achieving that is pretty hard, and it's something that in high horology, it's a trademark of hand finishing. Actually, I'm not sure this is hand finished, but it's definitely hard to achieve that sharp angle in the corners. So I'm really pleased with how this looks. I would say everything on the dial is better quality, except the hands. I kind of prefer the Anomaly 01 hands. These are brushed, and of course, you know, there's traces of machining and stuff, but you can't really see it. I feel like the brushed look takes away. This dial is not very shiny, and the 01 had those perfectly polished, mirror polished hands that had that kind of like it's hard to explain, but it had like it went up and then sideways like this. Kind of a 3D look. I really like that, and also it made them kind of pop out of the dial. And these are flat, which is, they're still great, but I kind of wanted to see those again. Those hands were really amazing. Probably they were more expensive to make, and since you're putting in a Swiss movement now, a Salita, maybe they have to cut back on that. So yeah, that's a shame. But I mean, the loom is better. It's more legible. So CODE41, bravo. This is a great sequel. Did I cover it all? Yeah, I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna put it on my wrist anyway, so you can see how it looks on my 17cm wrist. Alright, so I'm back here with the weirdest wrist shot I've ever had. Just to kind of give you an idea of how it might look on the wrist, even though it's the same size as I think the Anomaly 01. This is a 42mm without the crown, and yeah, it fits really well on my 17cm wrist, and these lugs really make it hug the wrist, and with the strap kind of pushing a little bit more down, you really get that nice comfy fit. This will fit under most dress cuffs, and especially jackets, but dress cuffs as well. And I like that. Yeah, it's kind of a half dress. It's a little more dressy than the 01 and not as dressy as the 02, so kind of a midpoint where you could kind of eliminate the 01 and 02 and just keep this model. I think it kind of performs pretty well in both sectors. It's a very good mix, kind of like a Ulysse Nardin sports watch that has that, like, you know, like sporty and yet dressy feel. So kudos. And yeah, I forgot to mention, but this is the blue metal version, and you know, this blue metal is just crazy. It's almost, the dial almost has like purple reflections. The camera doesn't do it well. It doesn't really reflect what I can see, but wow, this blue metal, holy shit. Sorry, pardon my French. Anyway, I hope you like this quick review. I have a full written review on hypenstyle.fr in English and French, with more detailed up-close pictures, you know, a little more detailed text as well. I'm going into depth. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. Just comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and stay safe and have a good day.